Hi, my name is Lance Sanders. I am a special education classroom assistant in Chicago, Illinois. And today we will be diving in on the democracies in Arizona that allows them uh, to run a successful government. The first thing I'll touch on is a term called the initiative. The initiative is the term that allows citizens to propose new amendments and new laws. When they're introduced, they have to have a certain amount of people that vote for and speak on that new rule and amendment, which makes it now constitutional right in Arizona. The next term I'll introduce, and bear with me, I struggle with this word, is called referendum. A referendum is when civilians can shut down a law already in place by the state legislature. So, for instance, if there was a law on littering and enough people sign a petition to disband that rule, they had the power to do so. As opposed to the initiative term, enough pedestrians or civilians can come up with a law for those who do litter too much. And if so many people sign a petition that creates a law for littering, it is now part of the Arizona Constitution. Now we will speak on how each term is created. So for initiative, um, people can get a draft of the law, early draft of the law, and from there have those who are for it sign a petition, and if it makes a number before, if it makes a certain number, now it is able to be introduced at the next election, and that is an initiative. Now, a referendum is a little different because at any point in time, votes against the law could be collected. Um, it can be disagreed upon at any time, but it won't go into full effect until um, it's already been voted on a ballot and it's gone through an election. Now, an initiative and a referendum are alike and they are different. They are alike because they give power to the people. They allow people to have a voice, um, advocate for themselves and how they want to live in their society. It gives people the creativity to see how do they want their everyday civilization to go, and it gives them, again, it gives more power and voice to those citizens, as an opposed to a referendum. Um, that's in it's again they're alike and different. Um, the initiative allows people to create, and a referendum is allowed to push the envelope, to challenge authority and laws and uh, social barriers that are already created. Now, a couple pros and cons to initiative and referendums are: one, a pro is that, again, it gives power and control back to civilians of the community, and allows allows creativity. It pushes for change, and it allows for communities to continue to evolve. Um, Partially a part of that change, and this is a con, is that change becomes expensive. Um, Not every place uh, has all the funds right away, and it takes time to build. But it still gives an opportunity for growth. Another con is that for referendum and an initiative, even though laws can be created and or disagreed upon, they still have to be voted on at the end of the day. I will close up here just talking about the progressive movement that was placed in Arizona and uh, their constitutional rights. Just to say that the progressive movement and the Arizona Constitution was just a direct line of democracy that worked for them, and how it pushes communities of people um, to challenge laws, how it allowed them to work together, but also get creative about where they wanted to be. Again, in the initiative and the referendum, there are pros and cons to pushing and disagreeing with certain laws, but having the voice and getting a community to come together and show and positively illustrate this democracy, and having a place where their rights were full blown and the Constitution were truly for their people, consistently working year in and year out, is worth fighting for. Thank you.